And of course we're Eagles, and he was very proud of that.
Diana Gnu holds the belt of her brother, Richard Nelson. They grew up in Port Edward in Tsimshian-Nisga'a. Her brother became a fisherman like their father, and he even operated his own boat. But after many losses in their family, Nelson struggled with alcohol and had been homeless for 10 years. She would see her brother often in the City of Terrace.
I told him, tomorrow's the burial, the day we buried, our anniversary burying our mother. I said, well, pick you up. We'll go to the gravesite, and I made something for her.
Gnu did not get to see her brother that next day. According to the RCMP, his body was discovered by a City of Terrace bylaw officer in a tent during -20 below freezing conditions right before the Christmas holiday. It was a phone call she feared receiving. She would often tell her brother to take care of himself.
It's going to be the worst phone call in the world for me. We lost so much. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you. You're my brother. You're there for me. Now when I go out in the streets, I always say, well, no more looking for my brother. No more looking for him. No more riding all the streets to find him, to go see he's okay, to get him, make sure he's warm.
The City of Terrace has been struggling with a growing homeless population. Last year, a tent city or encampment was a topic of debate for the City Council and advocates. In an email statement to APTN News, Kassan Society, a non-profit operating the cold weather shelter in the city, said they did have spaces available. I can tell you that Richard did have access to our shelter on the evening of his passing. Our shelter spaces are accessible 24/7, and during extreme weather, we always ensure that we have sufficient overflow capacity for those seeking shelter. Individuals will sometimes choose not to access the shelter. In an email statement, the BC Ministry of Housing acknowledged homelessness is a critical priority that needs to be addressed. The BC government, through BC Housing, has opened 119 affordable housing spaces for seniors, individuals, and families in Terrace, with 251 affordable second-stage housing units under construction for youth, seniors, individuals, and families. BC Housing also funds 36 spaces for people in need, but we know there is more to do. Richard Nelson's family is uncertain why he did not access the cold weather shelter the night he passed. They are still waiting for confirmation from the coroner's office on the cause of death. Gnu believes more supports to overcome addictions and challenges of being homeless are needed.
Homeless people are very vulnerable. They're very vulnerable people. If nobody stands up and says, look out for me, nobody would be there for them.
Yesterday, the homeless encampment in Terrace appeared to be unoccupied. A funeral ceremony for Richard Nelson is expected to take place in Tsimshian-Nisga'a in coming weeks. Lee Wilson, APTN National News, Terrace.